Hello, so we're back, and this time we have a nice laptop to repair, another Lenovo, but this one is a ThinkPad i7 Gen Radeon graphics. I don't think I've seen a ThinkPad with Radeon graphics, but yeah, it is a nice laptop, E580. Now the problem with this one not coming on, the laptop is coming from a computer business. So we know the laptop is dead. Let me plug a charger and see what it's doing. Maybe we can figure it out. Maybe it's a charging port problem. So the laptop, the meter it is coming on, 19 volts, 100 milliamps. So the PD controller on this one is working. But it's not charging, or this is the pre-charge current. Anyway, let's open the laptop quickly and let's have a look inside. Maybe we can fix it. Huh? KBI Easy Pizza, what do you think about that? So the laptop is open. The battery is disconnected. I mean, probably that's the reason why it's not charging. Yeah, looks like a nice motherboard. Indeed, we do have a dedicated GPU chip here. We don't have RAM memory. Okay, let's check the main power rail for short. We have a bunch of capacitors here. And the main power rail looks fine. No, it's not short. The main power rail is not shorted. That means if we plug the charger, we should have some voltage on the main power rail. So the main power rail, 9.2 volts. 9.2 volts. 9.2 volts. The main power rail is present. But my question is, if the battery is unplugged, why the laptop is taking 100 milliamps? Huh? That's a lot of current for a laptop which is off. Let me grab the thermal camera because I'm really curious what is taking 100 milliamps. The EC chip cannot take 100 milliamps. Pressing the power button and nothing happened. The current is not going up. Give me 1 second. Yeah, let's wait for the thermal camera. I mean, without the battery, the laptop should take nearly no power. And the thermal camera is on. What is that? What is that? It's a chip. Lol, it's proper hot. It's a chip which is getting hot. Okay, that's bad. You know the only case when a chip it will get hot? When the chip has a LDO power supply. The LDO power supply is a linear power supply, which means, you know, if it's shorted, doesn't have like short circuit protection. So the chip it will only get hot. Let's have a look at that chip. Or the chip is trying to put some power out and the coil is shorted. And that can be a possibility. The coil is not shorted. The coil is not shorted. Are bad news. So on the chip we have a capacitor. This is the input capacitor, and the capacitors are from here are the output. Check there. We have like 4 ohms on this capacitor, and that's not normal. Here we have 0 because it's ground, and here we have 4 ohms. You can see. So the output of this chip is shorted, but not the main output with the coil. Actually, it's an additional output. It is looking bad. I mean, it can be like a shorted EC chip, but it's quite strange because on the PD controller it's working, and in order for the PD controller to be working, it has to speak with the EC chip. So not sure what's going on here. So Lowering the voltage on the power supply, we have like 3 amps. Let me lower the current. Yeah. Good. 1 volt, and we are coming exactly on that capacitor, and it's taking 300 milliamps. What is taking 300 milliamps? Not the chip. So you can see the chip is not shorted. I mean, check that. Must be something there on the battery corner, which is here. But it's not on this side of the board, it's on the other side of the board. You know, I'm curious, this is a strange fault. We have no choice apart from taking the board out. So just give me like a few moments. Let me take the board out. Okay, so the motherboard is out. Probably someone already removed the motherboard because the keyboard was already unplugged. So the AC chip is here, and on the corner of the battery here, we have nothing. I mean, exactly on this, 1 second, actually that's not the corner of the battery. So the battery was like that. That's mean the corner is here. And there is this chip. Let's go under the microscope. I mean, I'm assuming it's a audio IC. Yeah, so what can be wrong with this chip? CX11E580. You know what? I never heard about this IC. So with the multimeter, what do we have here? Here is fine, 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 fine. 1 second, there's nothing wrong here. Let me check with ground. Ground's fine. No, everything is fine. Here is no short. No. Okay, we have no short here. So this is pretty strange. This capacitor looks weird, but it's fine. Okay, let me try one more time. Let me come with the power supply here, and on this capacitor. And it can be on this side of the board. So it's there. That transistor? Really? This little transistor? Let's check with the multimeter. So checking with ground. Yeah, 0 ohms. And here you have 4 ohms. Why? So this one is ground. This one is the track which is going to that chip. I mean, why the transistor it will be shorted? Yeah, clearly the transistor is shorted. Here you have 0. Here you have 5 ohms. I mean, how many times do we found like shorted transistors? Probably never. Yeah, most likely it's a MOSFET and it's shorted. D5203. Do you think it's some kind of like double diode or stuff? If it's a double diode, then the output is not ground, which is here. Huh? You think actually this is not ground and actually the output of this double diode is shorted? Let me come with the power supply. And we have 0.2. Yeah, no, it's ground. It's ground. Okay, let me remove the diode or the transistor. Let me remove the transistor. Okay, so the thingy is removed. So what about our short? Our short is not present anymore. I mean, here we still have 0 ohms, and here we still have 0 ohms. So something is wrong. You cannot have 0 ohms on 2 pins of a transistor. So what can be wrong here? The thing is, we don't even know what this transistor is doing. That's the thing. I want to see what kind of power rail is that. So I'm going to plug the power again. And we're going to check the voltage on that power rail. 100 milliamps, and that's crazy because we desoldered the transistor. So on that capacitor, we have 0.6 volts. So we have 0.6, but we checked and it's not short there. So here, it is short, 4 ohms. That's crazy. We removed the capacitor and we checked. Here is 0 ohms, and here nothing. And here 0 ohms. Okay, I'm confused. So one more time, the capacitor has 4 ohms. That means 4 ohms from here to here should be like 0. Here is 4 ohms, and here is 4 ohms. So why we desolder that transistor? Because we seen the transistor was getting hot? Okay, let me try one more time. We plug the charger. It's taking 100 milliamps, but the transistor is not getting hot anymore. Check that. I mean, it is some heat somewhere, but not that much. What is that? 1 second. 1 second. What is that? Actually, it's the chip. This one, which is still shorted. So let's try to find something else which is taking a lot of current. And I can't see anything here. Here is a chip, but it's not taking that much current there. And this chip again is taking some current. It's confusing. So coming with the power supply again on that capacitor, it was taking 300 milliamps, and it's still taking 300 milliamps. And check that, it's still something getting hot there. No, probably it's on the other side of the board, yeah? Let me try. Yeah, that chip, check that. Not sure if you can see that chip. Yeah, that chip is getting hot. Okay, so we took the transistor for nothing out. But this chip, is something wrong with this chip. And I'm not sure what it is. This is a weird chip. Let me see what I can find online about this chip. I mean, I search on Google for the chip, for datasheet. We cannot find a data sheet, but check here, yeah? What is saying CX11852, it's actually audio codec. And the speakers and the microphone are connected to this chip. So this is audio IC. Usually we are seeing like Realtek audio ICs, but not on this one. So what I will do, I will remove this chip because clearly something is wrong here. Okay, so we remove the chip. Now my question is, that power relay will be fine now? Most likely 3.3 volts. Most likely 3.3. Let's see. So coming with current on the same capacitor, it's taking no current. Check there. No current at all. Nothing. Nothing. So I'm gonna solder back that transistor. Little bit of rosin. Perfect. That pin and this pin. Perfect. So the next step, it will be to plug the power and see what is happening. Plug in the power. 600 milliamps. It's even worse. No, I'm joking. Probably the board is coming on, and the power is taken by the CPU. That's what I think. The voltage there. Let's check the voltage there. Most likely it's 3.3, but let's be sure. So the voltage on that capacitor here. Check on the screen. Check on the screen. 3.3 volts. So that's a 3.3 volts power rail. So it's taking 600 milliamps. The CPU is getting warm. Of course, we don't have RAM memory. Let me connect the RAM memory. And we should connect the screen. Yeah, let's see what it's doing. Replacing the chip. I mean, what happened with no chip, no shorted chip, huh? What happened with that? Ideology. What happened with that, huh? No chip, no shorted chip. I mean, on a case like this, you can tell the customer, you know what, audio USB dongle is like £5, $5, and you can buy one if you need some. Right? You can do it. Okay, so plug in the charger. Let's see. The fan is spinning. You can believe that. It's taking 800 milliamps. Yeah, we have to wait a little bit because we reset the BIOS. Actually, it's not BIOS battery plugged in. We have picture. Check that. We have picture. Huh? What do you think about that? Yeah, 1.3 amps, 1.4 amps. Yeah. It's working. You can see the current. Yeah, you can see it. Okay, let me try to find a Lenovo board. I have few spare boards here. Maybe we can find that chip. You see, every board has like Realtek audio IC. Another board, another Realtek chip. Another board. Yeah, another board. And another one. And another one. Lol, you can believe actually I found it. I think this is the same board. I mean, check here. This is exactly the same board. Huh? We are lucky. A hard-earned pizza. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, let's remove the chip quickly. And the chip is removed. Let me take the board out again. You see, that's why it's good to have spares. So what I will do, I will dip the chip into the rosin. Yeah, that's all. That's all. And now we can solder the chip back. Perfect. Good. Let's clean it. Yeah, it is soldered properly, right? Yeah, it is. Why this chip is looking smaller compared with the original one? Oh lol, it's a different chip. That's crazy. And what's wrong if it's a different chip? It's from the same board. Huh? I mean, it's square, it's black, it's looking like a duck. It's making sound like a duck. Hopefully it's making sound like a duck. But not sure, the chip looks like it's off. I mean, not sure if you can see the pins on the chip, yeah? Are like slightly off, but the chip is centered on the middle. You can see? I believe we have to test the sound on this board. Let's go with the power supply and see if the chip is doing well. So power supply, same capacitor, and it's okay, it's not short. Okay, in this case, I'm gonna plug a SSD, M2 drive, and we're gonna test the laptop. Two same board with two different audio chips. Just to understand, that's why I didn't check. I mean, it was the same board. I didn't check. Maybe we just need a driver, do you think? Okay, I install all the drivers and still we have a big X on the speaker. I'm gonna order the chip, which looks like it's a different color duck, and I will replace the chip. But the idea of the video is how you diagnose the things, and this is unexpected. I didn't expect our audio IC to be on a linear power supply connected. Can be a sign of quality. I mean, on a audio, you prefer linear power supplies instead of switching. Perfect. So I'm gonna stop now. I will say thank you for watching. Like, subscribe if you like the video, and see you on the next one. Bye. Hey, if you find my content being helpful, don't forget you can support this channel by pressing the join button, and you can get instantly access to our members only cool collection and Discord private channels for support with your repairs. Also, you can have a look on our United Kingdom eBay, where you can find some cool and unique products, United States eBay store, or our Patreon page. Thank you.